I worked most of my career in a jail. I was fully sworn law enforcement. So that's the way like our department did it. You had to go to a fully sworn law enforcement. So I did 7-8 months of an academy, but I didn't get to do a lot of the cool guy stuff that you see on like Watching Cops. But I did a lot in like I had a full career in the jail, with that, like on any given night, dude, I could get into like 10 fights easy, ton of strip searches, a ton of like medical emergencies, so it wore on me, and for a while there I was like attracted to death. And that was like right around the time when they were having like the civil unrest and everything, and the protests, and the emergency response team I was a part of, like we were very active, and so it built up, and I was trying really hard to keep it contained, and it just spilled over, dude, to one day where I was getting like really like dark. No one knew. I kept it to myself. I couldn't go to the department for it. Dude, I used to watch your guys' videos when it sounds bad, but when I was working, bro, on YouTube and like Instagram and stuff, and I used to think like, dude, it would be so cool to work at a place like that. Like those guys look like they're just having so much fun.
Is it?
Like, bro, it is. You can't describe this company, man. But I think the thing that makes our team different, and especially obviously the lab is where I have my most experience, is like that aspect of love and care. Like it's not just for each other, but it's love and care for the products that you're producing.
Welcome to the JohnnySlicks Team Podcast. I am Johnny, and I am blessed to have the presence of the great Brendan Younger here. How do you pronounce your last name?
Younger.
Younger.
Dude, the best pronunciation was with a J. Junger. And I was like, yeah. Was
he super German?
No, he was Puerto Rican, and he was my drill sergeant.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. But, that was a great segue into the first question, because I do want to talk about obviously who you are and where you came from, because my only perspective of you is as soon as you started here with JohnnySlicks. But on these podcasts, we're going to dive into the team members of JohnnySlicks, go into who you are and what you do here, and I don't know, what you're all about. So hopping in, you talked about your drill sergeant. Who is Brendan Younger? Who are Brendan Younger?
Dude, I'm still trying to figure that out.
Why is Brendan Younger? So, what you do before here? So, like I said, I only know you from after you started here. But where'd you come from, man?
Sure. So first and foremost, I just want to thank you, man. This is super rad, dude. Something I never thought I'd be able to do or get to do. So it's cool, man. It's cool to sit down and have a conversation and get to know each other a little bit more. But so I grew up in Maryland, outside the DMV area. I'm one of 5. The only boy, 4 sisters. So, but but we moved around a lot in Maryland and everything. But before starting at JohnnySlicks, I was a deputy for almost 10 years. I started in 2016, ended in 2023. So I was in law enforcement for a while. Just it like became who I was, man. So like. When I closed that chapter and I had to come down here, I really had to like figure out who I was and who I wanted to be. And,
well, let's like why did you leave? Like a lot of people retire as deputies. They retire from law enforcement, and even before that, what did you do? Like what got you into law enforcement?
Oh, it was like a natural progression for me. So like I was not really doing anything. To be honest, I went to high school. I was lost. I just like. People were going to college. I didn't really apply to college. I was working in a warehouse, like packaging boxes, and I didn't have any guidance. And then at the time, this girl came into my life who turns out to be my wife, and
nice.
Yeah, very cool. And like I said, I was taking some college classes, but I really wasn't serious about it, and I didn't know what the hell I was doing, man. And then this woman was about to graduate college, and she kind of looked at me and was like, I'm going to college, like, this is cool that you're working and, like, we're hanging out, but, like, what are you doing? And I had always thought about the military. I'd always talked about the military, but, like, I was like, well, maybe I'll give this a shot. So I went down to, like, a recruiter station, did the whole bit, and I was, like, the recruiter's best dream because I just wanted to join. And I joined.
What'd you join?
I joined the Army National Guard, thinking that it was thinking that like it was going to be a full-time thing. And, but
who told you that?
It's just the way he said it was like this is a full time. Yeah, you get to do full time, bro. I was supposed to go to airborne school. That's the only thing I really wanted to do in the military. Like I found it to be so cool. Like not knowing from the perspective, but I was like, dude, I want to go to airborne like really bad. And he was like, yeah, dude, just PT really well and like everything like that. And they'll get you, man. They'll see you. And I was like, cool, dude. And like the drill sergeant that said my name with a J, they're getting guys ready for airborne. I'm like raising my hand because I'm like, I'm doing good, maxing out PT, everything like that. Yeah. And he's like, you stupid, you don't have it in your contract. You're the National Guard. I can't do anything for you. So like it just like, and then I found out like he had said, in his defense, he had said like, yeah, it's gonna be a weekend thing, but there's like, dude, you can do this full time. And I was like, cool, man, like this is
just sign here first.
Yeah, pretty
real
much.
Quick.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I went to Fort Leonard Wood, man. Got there in September. It was like hot as hell. Yeah. And then, dude, when I graduated, it was like -20s, man. It was like, but yeah, and then so I did that, and I just was like, same thing, man. Kind of bouncing around, trying to find. At the time, law enforcement was super hard to get into. I applied everywhere. Took so many tests. Like it was almost like a 2-year process, man. I applied everywhere over like the DMV area, Maryland, DC, Virginia, and this place in Virginia was the first place to take me. And so it was like I as you can imagine, we were super happy.
So you went from Army, National Guard to law enforcement for 10 years, and then what was like? You had like a breakthrough and you were like, I'm done with this. Yeah. Like, was there like a moment, or was it a buildup of moments that made you leave law enforcement and go on Indeed and find JohnnySlicks?
It was a little bit of both.
Did you find JohnnySlicks through Indeed, or was it through Nick?
No, it was through Nick. Yeah. I actually found I was using JohnnySlicks my last like year and a half when I grew my hair out.
I gotcha.
So I was a customer, and then I found Nick through. So like to answer your question, it was a buildup of things. I was really burnt out after year 5. I had made our emergency response team. I had gotten like, I'd seen my first had to work on my first dead body like 2 weeks after being cut loose from field training and everything. And I worked most of my career in a jail. I was fully sworn law enforcement. So that's the way like our department did it. You had to go to a fully sworn law enforcement. So I did 7-8 months of an academy. But I didn't get to do a lot of the cool guy stuff that you see on like Watching Cops. But I did a lot in like, I had a full career in the jail, and with that, like on any given night, dude, I could get into like 10 fights easy, ton of strip searches, a ton of like medical emergencies, like so it wore on me. And for a while there, I was like attracted to death, and like a lot of suicides, a lot of people trying to hurt themselves, and it just was like I was really burnt out after year 5. Dude, it got to where my breaking point where I was like, I need to get help, I need to get a change was. And I've shared this with you before, but yeah, man, one day I came back, and I always carried like my holster appendage, and I took it out, and I was getting ready to take my own life in the kitchen when I was like by myself, and my dog walked in, and I heard his like Parker, yeah, Parker. Parker was my man, but he walked in, and he most of the time he was there for me to help me through everything. And I heard his nails on the hardwood, and then I immediately thought of Adeline and Courtney having to come home and like walk into the door after their day and see this. And dude, I holstered my gun, went upstairs, cried my eyes out, and then I was like, this was like 2 weeks before Kennedy was going to be born, and I was just like, I cannot do this anymore. I need to do something different. Like just in general, like I needed to get whole, and so that was what. Like, and then even then, dude, I stayed in for like a year and a half before I came to JohnnySlicks.
And then, taking it from that real deep side there, into, did you think like you'd be making, because when you started with JohnnySlicks, you were a crafter, like you were making grooming products. You went from like, that dude, to now you're making pomades and bar soap. So like, did any part of you think
not
that
at all,
was
man?
No, you were open to it.
I had a pull to JohnnySlicks, if that made sense.
Yeah.
Like I used to watch your guys' videos when I would. It sounds bad, but when I was working, bro, on YouTube and like Instagram and stuff, and I used to think like, dude, it would be so cool to work at a place like that. Like those guys look like they're just having so much fun.
Is it?
Like, bro, it is. You can't describe this company, man. You really can't.
I put that as one of my, like, I wanted to talk about it, but it didn't, I couldn't like vocalize or verbalize the actual question of it. But like from being on the outside and being a customer and a fan of the company to being now on the inside, is there something where, obviously it was like, this is where I was trying to have verbalization of it.
It's hard,
is there something
dude.
that like, is it, I understand the surreal of it, right? But is it like, man, that's exactly what it's like? Or is there anything that's like, nah, this is completely different than I thought? You know what I mean? Are there like those moments where you're like, this is like the behind the scenes of how we shoot those funny videos? Like,
dude, it's,
I mean?
I don't even think, and you cannot grasp. Mark does a great job. Brandon does a great job of, shameless plug, Mark. Yeah. But he does a great job of capturing like our like our characteristics and our personality, but like you have to be here, man, and not just be here and like walk in, look at the lab. Like this place is like what this company has done for not just me but other people. Like it transcends, like it's more than just pomades. Like there's a lot of love that goes into this company. There's a lot of love that goes into our products, but it's that caring aspect. And it, dude, like I said, it's just, you can't describe it, man. It's you have to experience it.
We try, like we try, but it is quite difficult. And I want to get like a perspective of someone on the outside, because we have a lot of fun shooting those videos, and it's
it's great.
I take great pride in not being like, I'm not playing a character. I like being me. You know what I mean? So it is. Yeah, it's fun. I like having fun,
dude. And it's almost like, and everyone has had the same reaction. Like I've talked to, I talked to the guys that I've helped hire and everything like that, and I'm like, hey, how are things going? And they're like, bro, it doesn't seem real here. Like you guys aren't, like you guys are real people. Like I'm waiting for you guys, your personality to change, or like for you guys not be so caring.
Used to like corporate America.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
Yeah, pretend to be someone else. So, well, out of our, because obviously you went from Army National Guard to law enforcement to here, and each one has like its specific way. So in your life, you've had core values that you had to meet here, there, and obviously like currently. Out of our 6 core values, what is like the one that you're like, that's me, that one I jive with the most?
Dude, it's hard. It was
pick one.
Really,
you gotta pick one, man.
Dude, it is hard, man. I'll say 2, but I'll pick one.
Okay,
if that, all right. Fair, I'll meet you halfway.
Okay,
yeah, same but different.
Okay, yeah.
Bro, I love the community, man. Like, and it's more than just like our customer base. Obviously, I don't get to interact with them every now and then. I do, but the community that we've built amongst our team, it really is a family, bro. Like, my girls run around and they get to come to my work and sit at my desk.
It is fun to have them come in.
And interrupt you when your door says do not disturb. But they're like, it doesn't matter. Uncle Johnny's
all the way up there. They
exactly. Uncle Johnny's in there. I got to go give him a hug and look at the picture of the cats. So, but it's just meant so much to Courtney and I. And in that, like finding that community and finding that place where we belong, like, we found the addicted to growth, man, in all aspects, not just.
Is that the one?
No, the one would, for me, is.
So you got 3. You're talking about 3 now.
I'm sorry. It's hard not to, bro, but community
they all do jive together.
They do, bro. Community is the one that I would pick, because it's been the one, you guys have been so influential in my life.
I gotcha. Yeah. Okay. What's the other one?
Well, I was just going to pick we'll just run through them all.
Addicted
to growth,
transparent communication.
Yeah, transparent.
They all jive together. They all create JohnnySlicks, but you can't have one without the other. Like they
absolutely.
all touch each other. They bleed together.
And then, and honestly, at times, and just the experience of like the lab, because like, dude, this last year, I feel like we have changed so much stuff, and like we have like we were just talking about earlier about scaling
like right before
OBP.
This.
Yeah, literally before this.
Yeah.
But it's like, dude, that addicted to growth is what helps us keep with the demand of JohnnySlicks and stay above problems that are going to come down the road. So it's like, it just becomes who you are. And then in turn, like in your personal life, like you don't want to stay stagnant. You want to continue to be the best version of yourself. Because why not? The people.
Well, it is one life too.
Absolutely.
Like, there is no work-life balance because it's one life. So like if you're doing it at work, addicted to growth, adaptability, transparent communication, community. If you're doing that at work, there is no like on-off switch when you get in your car. You can try your hardest, but I think that's where people have the most mental health issues. They're like they have to play characters. They have to put on a mask for work and put on a different mask to go home.
Yeah.
But if you're addicted to growth at work, you should be addicted to growth at home. And it's still factor the other way around as well.
100%.
It's one human being, one life. So I'm glad that you you're able to actually lock in on one community.
Yeah, for
pick
now.
that one.
Yeah.
what is like in your day-to-day activities, what is something that you're most passionate about? Like if you had to pick one thing that it was like, it lights you up, what is that like one thing? Being the head of manufacturing, I probably should have introduced you as like, you are the head of our manufacturing department. Like all of the JohnnySlicks products, you give your signature, check in the box, grant approval on the products being crafted, made right here.
I do.
Whether the supplies are being ordered, whether it's equipment being brought in and built, you are the tip of that spear of the manufacturing department. So out of your busy day, what is the one thing that lights you, keeps you like your fire going?
Yeah, it's my guys, man. And it's really the team that we've built. Like there's, there's different aspects to my job and everything like that. But I will say like getting the opportunity to step into this role and like, look at things into the future and set the team up for success and like giving like, hey guys, we need to go this direction. And the guys crush it, man. So like setting them up for success and then like just being able to like pour back into them too. Cause some of these guys are coming with like, personal stuff like I did. I came with baggage that I needed to unpack.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, a shit ton. Exactly. So, and I still do, man. You know what I mean? It's not, there's no end game to this. The end game is death. So it's like, like you have provided that for me. So like I'm in a position now where I get to provide it to other people and it's super fucking rad because, some of these guys are at step one of their like, whether it's mental health or whatever the case may be, journey. And like, they're still like, oh my gosh, is this place real? And it's like, yeah, bro, it's real. Like, look, this is what it did for me. And like, you're giving back to the guys. And like, you can see the guys when they're working through stuff and like, just be rejuvenated. So it's that aspect of being able to be a part of the team and help lead the team is what I love the most about my position.
You talked about community. You talked about the guys and your team being the thing you're most passionate about. What do you think, what are like a couple key factors that make a team strong and healthy? Like if you had to like lock in a couple things, what would be, what makes the team healthy and strong?
Yeah. I mean, obviously it's, good communication is one thing. Like obviously that's why it's one of our core values, but I think the thing that makes our team different, and especially obviously the lab is where I have my most experience, is like that aspect of love and care. Like it's not just for each other, but it's love and care for the products that you're producing. Like dude, my girls use these products. I use these products. My wife uses these products. Like same thing with these guys in the lab. Like we also know like people come to this company with hair loss, with skin issues. Like they're finding this company to be able to cure something that is causing them pain. So we care about that. Yeah. And so that care goes into our products. We're just not willy-nilly throwing stuff in and everything, but we are actually like putting the care into it. And then we're also caring about the guy right next to us that is helping us. And it's more than just like, hey bro, you good? It's like, hey dude, like you said, this is what's going on at home. Like you want to take a second to talk about this? Like, you okay, man? Yeah. So like,
it's, well, I've seen you do that. You like, for anybody that's seen Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Boyle, like they all say I love you to each other. I've seen you kind of like build, and like guys don't leave without hugs and saying I love you to each other. Like it's wild to see like a team of 12 burly retired tattooed, Marines, like misfit looking black wearing tattooed wearing bearded dudes say I love you, smile, and like mean it. Like I watched Josh, our most tenure team member, and then Joey, our youngest. Literally, he was upset when Joey just left. And then he's like, "So you don't hug me and say I love you?" Like I've watched you build that and really like.
Thank you.
And it's not forced. Like guys really do. They enjoy it, and then that's part of what you're saying is like guys are like, "Is this a real place? Like, why are we saying I love you to each other and leaving without like you can't leave without hugging Josh and hugging you?" And it's like, "Hey bro, have a good weekend. What'd you do?" And it's like. I noticed that I walked up to, I think it was Gus the other day, and I asked him how his day was yesterday, and he started talking about work. I'm like, nah, man, I know you make body wash. You do that every single day. I'm talking about your son's birthday. Like, absolutely. Well, how was that,
the important stuff, man. Like, you're crushing the body wash.
You're doing good, man. Exactly. Keep doing body wash. But, like, I know you got that. I know you got that. But how are you at home where I don't see you? What you got going on there? Like, you know what I mean? And it is really cool. So you're going throughout your day, taking care of your guys, saying I love you a bunch. And I'm not downplaying that. It is really cool. And you do say it multiple times a day. Dude, dude, the vibe there is really rad.
Thank you.
Like,
I appreciate that.
And we're making products. Like, we're making cosmetic products. You encounter a problem. What is like your what is your first go-to of like, first off, like problem, right? There's no such thing as a problem. Like it's an obstacle. It's a test, or however you want to put it. But you encounter something that was not planned for. Murphy showed up at the door. What is like your first like act? Like what do you do? Like in the software of your brain, what is the first thing that activates for you to do?
Oh, dude, initially it's like, oh shit, I got to solve this. But it's, you know, in the last year, like going to strategic coach and like everything like that, and getting to look into like how I work and like how I can set myself up best for success to problem solve and everything like that. Because I never did that before. It was like, hey, this is the problem. I need to like, no, under no circumstance can I like deviate from this. I can't step away from it. I got to like push forward and solve this, no matter how much stress it's causing me.
Yeah.
And dude, we encountered some serious stuff this year, like that we had to. For me, every now and then, dude, I just have to take. I realize like this is not helping the situation. I need to take a step from the canvas, and I throw music on, man. I throw music on. Sometimes I'll step out front, and it makes me sound super old, but I'll watch the cars pass, and
watch the traffic,
dude,
sip my
and just
coffee.
watch it. Yeah, or exactly, I'll have a sip of coffee, and I'll literally just go walk the back, and I'll take that time to just step away, clear my head, and come back to the canvas and look at it, and that's how I allow myself to look at all sides of the Rubik's Cube. And it's been successful for me. Yeah. But it took a lot, you know, talking with yourself, talking with Zach, in realizing, you know, going to strategic coach and realizing like, hey, dude, this is what is successful for me. Like just pushing through is not the answer all the time.
And most of the time a problem, like a quote unquote problem, is going to solve itself. Like things change, and the only time I've ever encountered a problem is when it's with myself trying to force my way on something that wasn't ever going to happen. Like with the lab, like, and there is a lot going on. I mean, we're making like, we want to make $25 million out of 2,500 square feet.
We're going
manufacturing.
To.
We're going to. Yeah, I know. But it's a matter of like, when we talk about like a problem pops up, I'm not talking about like a delayed in, you know, a couple jars. Like we just got 50,000 4-ounce pomade jars delivered yesterday.
Yeah.
If that got delayed, 3 months back order. Now we have like 8-week lead times for some things. Like the problems that come up are not just like, like shrug offable. Like it's like hundreds of thousands of dollars are on the line if this mistake happens.
Definitely.
So it's like, do you take like the mail got delivered to the wrong address type of problem, and well, there's $3 million gone problem. Do you take them the same, or do you look at them different?
It depends, honestly. I've learned not to and it takes a lot of work, but I have learned to switch up my mind to be like, it's just an opportunity, dude. It's an opportunity. Either it's going to be an opportunity to grow, an opportunity to learn. Like it takes a lot. Like it took a lot to figure out like, hey, failure is not a bad thing. Like it took 49.
Formula 49.
49 craze to realize like, dude, I was stressed out of my mind. You were
very stressed out.
I was quiet.
Like, dude, I was trying to hold you and Josh together.
John, I was quiet.
I know.
And for me, it's, you know, that like if he's quiet, oh fuck, like, what's going on with him?
Man.
Dude, I was, cause
your eyes were sunken in, like you weren't sleeping.
I was not sleeping. I was.
Did it make you upset that I came in so happy?
No, it was like
49.
No, I needed the light. Like it would have, and that's what makes you a great leader, dude. Is like I know because we've talked about it, like you were stressed out too, but you never showed it. And in that, I needed that glimpse of hope, because then I realized like, oh, dude, shit, I'm in a leadership role. Like I can't be stressed out either, because these guys are asking me like, hey, what are we gonna do? And it's like, hey, dude, we'll be okay. Like, we'll figure it out. And in my head, I'm like, the fuck? Like, what are, like, this fucking 18th try is not working. But it was such a great opportunity to learn and to grow. And it really is. And of course, we figured it out, and we figured it out quick.
That's the thing, is every problem has a solution.
Yeah.
Like, every problem is a puzzle. Every puzzle has a solution. You just need to remember that the solution does exist. It's just not clear to you right now.
Yeah.
That's why you can be happy when fails happen, when problems happen for anything at all. There's a lead time issue.
Yeah.
This bottle is out of stock. Like, the solution is there. It just isn't clear right now. So what kind of like foliage do we need to move out of the way before we see the path? You know what I mean? And like, Josh was losing his shit too, but it's a matter of like they're all opportunities. I like that you said it that way, because it's true. Like, now we get an opportunity to test our patience, test our accountability, test our communication. Now we have like a ton of opportunities to test things that we haven't tested in a while. Like, dude, how good is our pivot? How good is our adaptability? It's a core value, adaptability. How good is that? Let's test it real quick. Like,
dude, and
the universe did.
It tested us, and it tested the whole company, dude. It tested manufacturing, obviously, because we were making the product. It tested customer service. Natalie was crushing it. Naomi and fulfillment, they were crushing it.
Having to get orders back, having to refund, having to email, having to answer phone calls. 49's messed up.
Zach, same thing. Like, Zach having to reach out to everyone else. Like,
they were on Amazon,
COO,
having to get them back from Amazon. Like, it tested every factor of the business. Yeah,
exactly.
Mark had to make videos about correcting it. Yeah, dude.
So it was like, but man, what a like stressful time. But I'm in a weird way, it's like, dude, I'm grateful for that time. But it's like, it goes back to that caring aspect, dude. Like, everyone there cares. So they want the product to come out well.
And it did. And it still does. It's just a matter of pivoting, adapting, 100%. You know? And it's like, it was hard. And we did it over our anniversary too. It was our 7th anniversary.
Yeah, that
so
too.
It was like, you guys had to step away from the party to like try to solve
this
thing.
I spent all, me, Joey, and Zach, spent all, and Josh would come in and out too, but we spent all of Slickmas,
Slick Day,
Slick Day, and in the lab, just trying to figure it out.
I was trying so hard to like be there with all the sisters.
Oh, dude,
I'm like thinking about the lab being operated right now, and I'm like, who's in there cooking? Like, is it everybody? Is it just some people? Like, because, you know, the more people that are involved in solving a problem, 100%. The more the problem can get exacerbated. When it's like, you don't need to muck around in there. Just like, you know, confidence with simplicity.
Definitely.
Like, be simple. Only certain people need to be involved to solve this thing. Key people, and then it creates confidence, simplicity.
Dude, it's so true.
Too many people create complexities. Too many, like, there's too many. Well, we could do this. We could do this. We could do this. Too many like possible solutions, and then it's like, if you have too many options, you just don't choose.
It's 100% true.
But if you have two options, left or right, you're most likely going to pick one or two. You know what I mean? But if you have 30, you're like, oh, it's too much. I'm just going to sit back and let the problem go away. Like, but it doesn't. It's, you know, it has to be handled. So,
absolutely.
Something you've struggled with, and obviously we talked about going from you attempting to take your own life, and Parker, God rest his soul, kicking you out of that, to here, where you're making bar soap, you're making pomades, and I'm simplifying your job obviously here, but what is like something you've had to overcome? Like, you've gone from a really, really dark place to now a really, really light place in your life. I'm not saying your life doesn't have struggles, right? So when you encounter like a struggle now, how do you overcome it? Like, we talked about problems, like work problems, but like, I'm talking about like Brendan, as a human being, you encounter a struggle, whether it's like driving home, or you're at home, or you get the IRS is on the phone with you for your personal taxes. Like, you've encountered something you have to overcome. How do you do that? Do you do it the same way you do at work, or is it like you have a somewhat different approach?
You know, it just really depends. Like, I've had to overcome a lot of stuff while being here. You know, I've had to really dive into my self-worth. Like, I just didn't, for the first time ever, I was in such a happy place, and like such a good place. Like, and there were times where I'm like, dude, I just did not feel good about myself, and I've shared it with you, and it came, you know, I had to dive into some really dark stuff, man, and from my past, and so it was like, it was hard, man, but it goes back to like, you know, the core values just can't become who you are, and it can be your own personal core values, but it was definitely like figuring out who I wanted to be. Like, we joked about like, dude, no one leaves out of there without a hug and telling them that I love them. Like, bro, I denied that part of me for so long. Like, I figured out my love language, and it's like, I never want to let it go, dude. Like,
what is your love language?
My love language is physical touch, man.
Touching,
it just is. So it's like, dude, hey, bro, like, it's hard to explain, but like, this guy with a mustache and leopard shorts is gonna hug you.
You are wearing leopard shorts right now, aren't you?
I absolutely am.
Oh my God, he is.
But dude, but yeah, man. But it's just, bro, it's what fills my cup. But and it's a selfish thing to say, but like, dude, I love the guys here. I love you guys here, and like, dude, why would I miss the opportunity to tell you all that? You know what I mean? Like,
you say it to our face, not to our gravestone.
100%, dude. And it's that. Like, for so long, I didn't tell people that I love, because hey, I love you, or like hug you, because like, you gotta be tough, man. I'm the tough deputy. I'm the tough, you know. And like, so I don't want to play a character anymore, man. So it's like, but yeah, when I face problems now, like, I've set myself up for success, relying on like either either like my routine or like journaling, taking some time to work out, either or coming up to you and be like, hey, I need some time to talk. Can we can get some time together? Like, or like, you know, other guys in the lab, like things like that, man. I've really dialed it in to figure out like what works for me. And then it's also, it's never ending. So it's like, I've accepted the fact that like, I'm always going to have to try to search for the best version of myself and, you know, and everything like that. So I'm at peace with that because I want to give the people I love, I want to give my daughters the best version of myself. I want to give my wife the best version of myself.
That's a moving target.
Yeah.
Like you're constantly growing, your environment is constantly changing. You have to adapt to it and then grow in it. Right. So like, it's definitely something that I've seen personally, I've seen you do many, many times whenever and that's why I love problems, you know what I mean? Because it truly is an opportunity for growth if you allow it to be, or it can cripple you. Like it depends on how you want it to be. And I've seen you step up time and time again to problems with a smile on your face saying like, not only do I love this situation, but I love this problem. Like this thing is presenting an opportunity. Like it's providing me opportunity to grow, and you've taken it. And like, let's talk about some wins recently. Like you want to talk about some wins? I don't want to say you're good news, but like, dude, you got some really cool stuff going on, man.
Life's really cool right now, man. Life's cool in general, but it's like, it just, you know, obviously sometimes things get stacked up, but we're expecting our third.
Congrats.
Thank you so much. So super excited. We're about to move into a new house, so just like a lot of cool things happening right now for us.
You own a house.
Yeah, I own a house. Yeah,
like,
exactly.
There is a difference. You're like a homeowner. Welcome to the homeowner.
100%. Well, dude, we took such a risk to come down here, man. Like on pay, like literally people, like one of Courtney's friends like called her and thought we were joining a cult, dude. And like
you did.
Yeah, exactly. We did. Just but nah, they were like, are you okay? Like, what is Brendan doing? Like you guys are leaving these secured
we're
jobs.
We're not secret about anything we're doing.
Dude. Yeah,
just go on Instagram, bro.
100%, dude. We all wear black. Like the creepy guy with the mustache and the leopard shorts makes you hug him. Yeah,
man, I didn't realize that.
It's all coming together, bro. But nah, dude, it just we took a huge risk to come down here. We sold our house. We closed out a lot of stuff. Dude, we went on but it was, you asked Courtney, like it was so worth it, man. We found not only did we find our whole family found where we belong. And dude, I wish I would have done it sooner. But I was living that lie of like, dude, I got to make it till retirement, and it was like that. Yeah. I couldn't do it anymore, man.
Yeah. It literally was about to kill you.
Exactly.
Like you had to make a change.
100%.
It was either that or death.
100%.
And like, that doesn't make your problems go away.
No.
You just put the problems on everybody else.
Right.
And it's like, you know, we can go down that hole, but
sure.
You have you went from such a like the pendulum really swung, man. Dude, like you got a lot of good stuff going on.
Cool,
man.
Right?
It's rad that you've overcome all of that stuff. So, say in a world you leave JohnnySlicks, like you move on to something bigger and better, right? Because that does exist. What type of legacy do you want? Like you want Brendan, mustache, leopard shorts, photo on the wall, did this. What do you imagine that says about you? Like what kind of legacy are you looking to leave here at JohnnySlicks?
Dude, this question made me think a lot, man. But really, I just want to be known as like the guy that lit up the room, if that makes sense, and not a
lighthouse.
Exactly. Yeah. It's I use that analogy a lot, man. I love that analogy of the lighthouse because, dude, I needed the lighthouse when I was lost, man. And many people here have been a lighthouse for me. You yourself have been a light, and still continue to be. So it's like, I want to do that too, and it's But I just want people to know, hey, when Brendan walked in, he was just super loving. He genuinely cared about me, my family, my problems. He brought a smile to our face. That's for me. Just being a valued person and being able to give back means so much. I want my girls to think about that. Hey, my dad, cared about people. He always did the right thing. Stuff like that. So that's why I try to do that when I come in here, when we have our meetings. I poke my head into the fulfillment team, kind of joke with them and everything. And it's not just to do it to check a box. It's because I don't get to see them. Yeah. So it's
you can tell when somebody's forcing that
in,
when you actually do it. And you did do it, and you feel the energy that comes from it. So,
right.
Yeah. And you are the head of manufacturing. So it is funny to think when, being Marine, military, law enforcement, when you think of manufacturing, you think of steel toe boots and you know what I mean? Like hard charging, overall wearing, dirty, like a dude. Like you picture like a dude, you know what I mean?
Coffee,
and it's like,
black coffee, freaking.
And like you're the head of the manufacturing. And it's just funny to see this, like break that stigma, like break that static profiled version of what a manufacturing lead does. Yeah. It's not this like you're fit, you're healthy, you're addicted to growth. Like you break that corporate stigma just by existing, and then you double down on it by just covering everything in love. Yeah.
Well, dude, it's
insane. It's wild to watch your growth,
I appreciate
bro. It
that,
really
man.
is.
It really does mean a lot to me, John, especially coming from you, dude, someone that I value so much. But that's honestly, that's what I want to be, man. Like I, for so long, like, dude, I could do the fighting thing. I got into fights at the sheriff's office. As part of, I got paid to do it. I got a confrontation was all the time, man. So, but I don't like, dude. It's
how long can you put that up for?
Exactly.
And like there are people that are built for that. Like we need people like that, right?
Right.
There's bad guys. We need guys to be able to hold down those bad guys. Like,
right.
And they not only enjoy that, they're built for it. Like it fills their cups.
Yeah.
But for other people like you and myself, it kind of drains us.
Yeah.
To a point where it's like there's no other. The only end is death.
Yeah, man.
And that's not where we belong.
Yeah.
We were thinking that we needed to be that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was killing us. Literally killing us.
Dude.
So I'm glad to see you on the other side here. And just from working here at JohnnySlicks, what's one thing that you've kind of like, I don't want to say a skill, but something that's like changed your life that you now have like a tool in your toolbox? Do you know what I mean? Like, I guess a skill would work, but I feel like a skill is like a very limited label that we can put on this. But what's something that you've learned while working here that has been life-changing for you? That's a tool in your toolbox.
Sure. Dude, honestly, it's getting my self-worth back, man. When I came here and like, dude, I'm really not trying to like dump problems or be like, man, dude, like that guy, like what the hell is he talking about? But we talked about that pendulum. Like for so long, I held that pendulum on the negative side. Like, and I opened up about stuff here. Like I've never told you, were one of the first people to know, like I was molested as a child, man. And like I held on, you knew that before my wife. So it was like, but like, dude, I
knew that before Courtney.
You knew that before Courtney, dude. I didn't, you helped me get to the point to be able to
here.
yeah, I know, right?
Brendan's got some stuff, man.
I know.
He's got some stuff.
But like, dude, I just like, I couldn't have that conversation with Courtney. Like, hey, this is like, because I had opened up the door of problems, and it's like, dude, this is like now I can't ignore this anymore. But like getting my self-worth back, because it went into every aspect of life. Like if I wasn't feeling good about who I was, or like felt like, oh, I couldn't do a good job as the head of manufacturing, like my guys would feel it. I wouldn't be able to problem solve. I wouldn't be able to lead a team. I wouldn't be able to do the numbers that we do in the lab. Like it's not just me, obviously it's the guys too, but I wouldn't be able to sit in that seat if I didn't know like, hey, I'm the right person for this seat. And it's the same. So honestly, that's been the biggest life-changing thing, man, is, and I'm still working on it. There's times like, just like everyone else, I have my moments, but finding my self-worth, it just bled over into everything, because, loving myself as I can love others. And then on top of that, like knowing that I'm the right person for this job and I have earned it, or like I can lead this team, or whatever the case may be. Like I'm setting up for success. Like it has allowed me to problem solve the way I do. It's allowed me to go through life the way that I do.
It allows you to make decisions and actions that you actually believe in. Cause like, we all deal with it. We've all dealt with some sort of confidence issue, right? But
absolutely.
Like most people, and I've encountered this too, just in conversation with people, have low confidence, right? Yeah. And they think that the position they are in, whether it's work or life, they happened upon it. That they just kind of, the wind blew and they landed in the seat that they're in. So they're terrified to make a decision because it might just, the wind will blow again and they'll lose it all. Yeah. But if you really look at the decisions that have led to you making and putting you in the seat that you're in right now, or where you're standing, putting your feet there, you have made all of those decisions. You had said yes or no to those things. Yeah. Just stand by them. And that confidence builds up over time. And then you're realizing that you're not going to lose it all. Yeah. Because you didn't just happen upon it all. No. You built this through decisions that you have made in the past. And if they were right or wrong, make that decision, but stand by it. Ownership, accountability for those decisions. You're in the seat that you're in because you fucking earned it. You didn't just happen upon it. I didn't just like go on and find like, oh, I like this guy. He's the head of manufacturing. You know what I mean? Like that, it didn't happen upon you. The wind didn't blow and cast you like a leaf. Sure. So you're not going to just happen upon something else. You know what I mean? You're going to have to make decisions. So, and when you're confident, your actions and your decisions will speak that confidence. Yes, I know we can do these numbers. And if you're like, I don't know, well, guess what? Now we're not.
Right.
Because that confident, no one's going to believe in it because you don't believe in it. And that bleeds. And I've seen you do that over and over again, where when you were first in the seat, it was a little rough.
Absolutely.
Because obviously learning curve.
Sure.
We deal with a lot of numbers. Like, wow, there's a lot of zeros and commas.
It's not just that, but like we run so fast, dude.
Everything is gunning.
It is
hard.
Like, it's crazy to think it's June, dude.
I know. Yeah. Someone told me it was April and now it's June.
It's freaking crazy,
it's
dude.
Wild, man.
But we run and gun, man.
So if you don't have confidence, nothing is getting done. And not only is things not getting done, now nobody has confidence in you.
Yeah.
And most of the time we're looking, all of our senses face external, right? So like we think that we gain confidence externally from others having confidence in us. But how is anyone going to believe in you if you don't believe in you? Yeah. And I've seen you have doubt in yourself in the head of manufacturing seat and then make decisions that didn't result in beneficial results because you didn't believe in it. And now it's like, dude, through messing up a bunch. You messed up a bunch. Nobody's messed up more than me, though, you know?
Yeah, the OPC melt in the back.
Dude, oh my God. There's a lot of mess up there and a lot of money that has gone into it.
A lot of learning.
But each one of those, you're like, okay, ownership. I made that decision. It didn't work.
Yeah.
That builds up your confidence. And now you're sitting here like, I am the head of manufacturing, but that's not all. Like, I am Brendan, and I am going to do more. Like, that confidence is like radiating off of you. When before it was like, walk like this.
Oh, dude,
and now
absolutely.
It's like, dude, now your chest is out and you're like full of confidence. And now your guys are looking at you and it's like, dang, bro, they've seen that transformation and now they want that.
Yeah.
And you're not, Brendan, you're not special.
No, I'm not.
I'm not special.
Yeah.
Like what you did is not unearthly.
No, it's
like,
not.
Like you didn't have some mysterious wizard power to make this happen. You know what I mean? You put in the work and you spoke about like the things you wanted in life. You communicated what you needed and it worked out for you really, really well. And it still is. I'm super proud of you, man.
Dude, I can't thank you enough, man. You've given me this opportunity to dream, to gain, love in life, to get life again, man. Like people don't get this opportunity. And, you've paid me some really nice compliments, but the bottom of the line is you've created such a beautiful culture here, dude, and you've allowed people to get their life back, and you've done that for me. And in turn, it's trickled down to my wife and my 2, soon-to-be 3 children. So it's like, and you get to see that. You've seen Kennedy grow, you've seen Adeline grow, but like you've provided us that space, and everything that you've talked about, you've provided for me. So I'm just very grateful to you, man. I'm grateful to this team, and dude, I love you, man.
I love you too, man.
Yeah, thanks.
So where can the listeners find you? What's your Instagram?
Oh, dude, I didn't have Instagram really before here, but it's B._YUNGER.
So if anybody's dealing with anything and you spoke to them, like please reach out to Brendan, like let him know what you got going through. Instagram. Is there anything else? Like any other social media? You don't have any other.
No, I don't have any. So I just do the Instagram. That's what. That's
Twitter,
what.
YouTube, TikTok.
No.
Facebook.
No. I just like I do, and I mean, I don't get on Instagram too much, other than to look at funny videos of that. Yeah. Yeah.
We send each other funny videos. Yeah,
from time to time. It's all
so
about
if you got a funny video, send it to Brendan.
Please. Yeah.
He'll love it. Dad jokes too. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate you being on here and getting so vulnerable.
Yeah.
It's definitely been a wild ride, and I know it's gonna only get wilder. So I'm sure those knuckleheads need you back at the lab. So
I appreciate it. Yeah, thanks, John.
Love you, dude.
Love you too, dude.